Yo, welcome to the What's the Podcast with your host, Coach JB, Brett, and my guy Kill. We got a good show for y'all early today. Got a guy that's coming on right now. He's always been in my ear when I was in school at Wymore Tech. Always gave me good good knowledge and good advice. And, he was a coach back then, so he got to the point right now. He didn't came to the realization that that's what he needed to be. I would like to introduce Ryan Tunstalll.
How everybody doing?
All right.
Okay. And
Hey, so yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm glad to be here with you guys. We go back a long ways.
Yeah, we do, man. Hey, actually, let's talk about that, man. I remember first meeting you through Carlos, and you was always, like, Jay, man, you need to do this, you need to do that. You're doing a good job. You always been that person that was like, uplifting and even to this day, like you are right now, calm, collected, and cool and collected. You're the same way. You haven't changed, man. Tell me something about. Tell everybody about yourself. What you got going on.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to go back, I'm originally from Orlando, born and raised here. And like you say, this was probably back in 1990. I don't know, 1990.
89, 90. That's when I went to
All
the
right,
check.
I was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And you was at Wymore, but before you got there, like you said, Carlos was there.
Yeah.
And I used to go there and kind of support the players and the program, and just try to be there if anybody needed any help, or if I saw somebody that was like maybe straying off a little bit, I give them a little advice, and try to point them in the right direction. Um, you know, um, Things was kind of, especially on Mercer Drive back then, things was kind of a little, rough. Let me just
Yeah,
put
it
it
was
that.
real rough. Yeah, it was real rough.
Yeah. So, any kind of input or any kind of advice that I could give, I tried to do that. And, hopefully I did more good than bad. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so then of course I was working there for a while actually before the Northwest Community Center was built, be at the old PAL Center. I
Yeah,
don't know if
yeah,
you remember
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. I remember the past now.
Yep, the PAL Center right there, almost straight across from the Star Meat Market.
Yeah.
Up there near the fairgrounds. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I was there probably about 2 or 3, maybe 4 years before they built the Northwest Community Center, but it all started there. I used to come up there on the outside courts and play myself before I started working there. And
Yeah.
actually, I started volunteering up there first.
Mm-hmm.
And then an opening came up, and I was asked to come in and try and, be a part of what was going on. And the rest is history, as they say. I was there. I think I started working up there in '91, and we used to have the basketball leagues and what have you. We had the football, baseball. We pretty much did all sports, and everybody used to come up there and just have a good time and play hoops. Because at that time, I think we was probably the only one of the few places that had lights outside. So
Right.
everybody used to come up there in the evening time and hoop, and everybody. That's where everybody kind of got their game together at first.
Yeah.
Before, because back then we really didn't have middle school or ninth grade basketball teams.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wasn't on the varsity or the JV squad, that's where you had to pretty much go to get your game together. On the
Yeah.
outside, we didn't
Outside
have
the court.
we didn't have the gyms and so forth. So yeah, that's what it was all about. Carlos Bowles, you know, he came up on the outside court. And that's why I started working with him and, like I said, supporting them out there at Wadmore, and Big Mike too.
Yeah.
You know, Carl Thorne. So, you know, I got to pretty much meet pretty much all the guys on the team. We had a good time, you know, come out there and play, and sometimes we have cookouts or whatever, you know, we just made it happen. Most of the time it wasn't something planned. Somebody make an idea up and we just make it happen, you know.
Hey, I want to ask you a question, kind of piggyback off what you were saying about a community and the Power Center. What do you think for is like how things are between the police and the community for as the kids? The difference was back then to right now.
Well, one of the things is like at the old Power Center, a lot of times we had police officers that was coaches.
Yeah.
So you know, even you know, the police already had strong relationships with most of the kids, especially the boys and the young men, because you know that's sometimes it was their first coaches. You know, whether it was football with Coach LeBou, and I'm trying to remember some of the names now because it's been about 30, 40 years. Coach Butch Arnold. I'm trying to remember who else. Oh, I can't forget Coach Larry. And Coach Bush. You know, we had a strong crew of volunteers that would come out on a regular basis, almost every day. And then on Saturdays we had the games right there. At the fairgrounds right there. They got a big field now, but back then we only had like maybe 1 or 2 spots over there. But now I think they got four fields over there now. But and because we were so small, everybody knew everybody, you know. And so if something was to pop off, you know, or what have you, the police officer knew the kids, and they would half the time they'd be like, "Nah, not that kid." You know what I'm saying? And put that down right then, you know, whatever. Or if, you know, so it was a whole different atmosphere, you know. It wasn't us against them. You know, it was everybody pretty much on the same team. So yeah, it was totally different back then. But nowadays, it's not that relationship isn't there anymore. You know, so that kind of, you know, make things a little bit more confrontational, which is not good, you know. You know, so and then too, like I said, the Power Center is no longer there, so that opportunity is no longer there. So sometimes when you don't have the different avenues for the kids to have something positive to do, you know, sometimes they choose something negative to do, you know. And you know that's never good. That's never good. But yeah, it's a different thing, and I wish that we could get back to that, which I guess you could call community policing or whatever terminology you want to use. But it was much more different.
All right. Hey, we got a guy, good friend of mine named Tracy Jones. Welcome to the show, brother.
What's going on, J-Bo? What's going on, gentlemen?
All right, how you doing?
All right.
I'm good, man. I'm
good. You don't know this guy right here, man.
I can't see his face right now. His voice sounds familiar.
No, my voice don't sound familiar.
Okay,
I didn't run in you all, Shuckle, man.
Okay,
I was just a little squirrel in the world.
Yeah.
I was just a little squirrel, man. I had no influences on no one. I was just moving about my way, man.
Okay.
Yo,
I have no name in Orlando.
Oh, all right.
Man, stop it, bro. Stop it. Hey, but like to expand on what you were saying, or Coach Ryan, you were saying like, you know, how we can get back to let's come up with some solutions how we can come back, you know, to that, because even us coming up, you know, everybody kind of, a lot of kids went through, you know, not having their dads there. Well, they started off having their dads there, and then it kind of tailed off, you know, for whatever the reason was. It could have been, you know, crime. It could have been just not getting along with your mom or family issues or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I think back then, because of the Power Center, because of all the other centers was open to kids to come in, that kind of kept things at an even keel for its crime and you know, and all that kind of stuff. So it seems like when they started, well, I'm just gonna say whitenizing the gyms and the YMCA's and all that kind of stuff, you know, that kind of X'd out a certain people, which was us.
Yeah, that did happen.
Let me chime in, JB. Could I chime in on that? Could I chime in on that?
Yeah.
Okay. While you saying what you're saying, 30 years ago, they was a little reluctant to allow us to open up inside. Just take midnight, for instance, started outside. But as soon as they start seeing how many people was coming in from the outside, and they were a little apprehensive in the beginning because they thought, okay, the element was going to go from the outside to the inside. Are they going to do something to the interior of the building, vandalize the building, steal something, do this, do that? And after they saw there was nothing inappropriate or whatever going on, they were starting to open up or allow more locations, more opportunities for inside buildings, you know, to have some activity. But now, saying that, if we can get some individuals who can relate to the younger, this is a different era of young men. And when I say young men, I'm talking 32 to 14, 13, 14. This era is different. I wouldn't want to have anything to do with this era because, for one, they're lazy. They're lazier. That starts at home. And what I mean by that, I'm going to ask both of you all, in the last 30 years, I'll say 20, Christmas time, do you see anybody outside?
No, not really, not really. So
Okay.
when it comes to games and toys now, it's everything on the computer or the phone or video.
Everything is inside the house. Everything is inside the house.
Exactly.
Thus come lack or zero skills as far as being able to relate, being able to communicate with other friends or people, or just being able to adapt outside of the house. And this is for the kids. This is for no social skills at all. Only time when the kids get sociably is when they're in school. Once they get home, kids don't come outside anymore. And that's even for the athletes. Hell, they don't do anything. They only practice when it's required. That's when it's a team practice. There's no self-initiative anymore. And if the parents see, well, hell, if he ain't gonna push the envelope on me, as far as me asking him, where you going for? Oh, mom or dad, I'm going to work out. They're gonna leave him right where he's at. Because if you're not in the parents' way, they'll let you go on and do whatever you want to do. But as soon as something hit the fan, then they want some assistance. They want some sympathy. And the way these kids are going now, if you can make it to 18, that's a monument right there. And I'm not just saying 18 living, 18 without being in the system. And that's being an athlete or just a regular student.
Mhm.
You know, these kids, it's just a different era, as well as with the parents. Now, I ran 1, 2, 3, Dr. Phillips Y, Smith Center, Warner Park Rec. Those three had the highest numbers. I didn't have no issues with opening up. My only problem was one stand open late enough. 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, man, this is late, man. Come on, Tracy, man. Fella, I got somebody to go home to. You all going home to your parents.
Yeah.
You know, and some, I guess, who had their own places, you know, but it's like, fellas, it's the atmosphere. And that's just like right now. Cats are still asking, hey man, could you open up? I'm like, man, I'm not that game. I'm a long way from that game now. I'm a long way from that. And they're saying that because they're parents now. And when I was telling them 30 years ago, when there was some of them was 16, 17, just starting high school and go 30 years now, they're 40 years old, 42, 43 years old. Okay. And now they have high school kids and middle-aged kids. And now they're trying to look for the same opportunities for their kids. And it's not there. It's not there because the players, the past players, are no longer there. Just like in the college game, just like in the pro game. This generation that's running the pro sports, the college sports, or even the community atmosphere of sports, it's not the same. They don't have that drive and that passion. And then the parents are different. Because that's why I asked on Christmas time, do you all see anybody? You don't see no bicycles, no basketball goals outside in front of the house. And I used to tell parents, if the child got a basketball goal, take it down. Because you're harboring more bad fundamentals than building on good fundamentals. Because if a kid got a goal out front, you can't even get in the driveway when you come home because you got 50, 11 kids out there and they just going amok. They're not working on nothing. And then when they try to make a ball club, your skill set is horrible. You have no fundamentals. Oh, he can shoot. Really? From across the street? That's not shooting. That's throwing the ball up there. Oh, but he made it. So when he get on a structure, he's unstructured. He's unstructured. Now, saying that come recruiting from high school to college.
Mhm.
Nobody's going to recruit you if you got bad fundamentals. And I'm not talking about athletically, physically, independently. If you got bad skill set, and I tell parents, I tell kids, first place they go is social media. First place coaches go to is social media. They look at the content. The content is going to tell your body of work.
Mhm.
And if your body of work is questionable, they're not going to want to spend the time to rebuild you. Because if you're a senior and they see you was doing this when you was in the 9th grade, 10th grade, you're not going to change your habits. You're not going to change it. We don't have time for it. We would rather get someone who's looking to be developed. He may not be one of as these so-called stars 3, 4, 5-star kids, but he's coachable. If he's coachable, he can be developed. Now, and I got this from Dion. This was just 2 weeks ago. This kid came in on a recruiting visit talking about how can he become the man. And as Dion told him, there is no men. This is a team. He wants to be the man, not part of the program, the man. So he wants to separate himself so he can get the packages, get the notoriety. He may have been 3, 4, 5-star, but Dion told him right there in front of his parents, we'll get back with you. After the visit, told his recruiting director, take him off the board. Take him off the board.
Right.
See, a lot of people across the street don't know this as far as the recruiting part. That part comes from the individual and the parents within. And as you all are saying, you know, pastors and other guys in the neighborhoods and community stepping up and doing this. Some are doing something. Some aren't. For whatever reason, I don't know. But when you try to approach a young man, the father don't have a problem, more or less. It's the mother. It's the mother. It's the mother. That's my child. I raised him. I take care of him. Okay. But when he's not around you, and when he graduates, you gonna need me. So if you don't need me now, you're not gonna need me when he graduates and wants to go to the next level. Because if you're gonna talk to me this way, you're gonna talk to that coach that way.
Yeah, and that would be a lot of the time the issue. Like you said, it definitely starts from the crib because the egos or the attitudes that the mom and the dad has, they're not explaining to the child why this is happening and why
Now,
this and that. So
and by
they
you
get their
saying
own
that,
mind. They get their own mind. Yeah.
correct. And just like the portal. But why are you in the portal? I tell a kid quickly, along with your parents, be truthful. Be truthful. Because the school you're trying to go to or you're applying to, they gonna do their research. They gonna find out why you're leaving or why you left. Just be truthful. And if your parents the problem, then you might well pull your application away because they don't want you to bring the application and the family issues with yourself to them. They don't want it.
And this
They
and
will.
this and this is the reason why we have I got Ryan on the show because he's at Southeastern Prep Academy over there, and got another. What's up, Kev?
What's going on, Jay?
Yeah, but I was putting the question to Ryan. What Mr. Jones saying is pretty much definitely something that you can basically have an equality to it because it's like you around them kids. That's basically the product of what we're talking about.
Yeah,
So,
the school has goes from kindergarten all the way to actually post grad. So after high school, one of the things that I've noticed, and I've noticed this a while now, is that we've kind of gone away from training our kids the way we need to from a young age. In other words, a lot of parents, they kind of just kind of hang their hats on the fact, oh, my kid's my kid's 3 years old and he already knows how to spell this or do this or whatever, or he can multiply or count up to whatever number or whatever.
Yeah, come closer to the mic. Come closer to your phone.
Oh, okay. Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
I can hear him very well.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you too.
But that's not the most important thing that a kid should be or child should be learning before they get to school. Teachers can teach math. Teachers can teach reading. Teachers can teach those things. The things that teachers cannot teach is your child how to be able to sit down and listen. How to pay attention.
Hold. I don't mean to interrupt you like that. I do. You've already hit that nail flush already. You don't have to go any further. You've hit that nail flush. If you hit that nail any harder, man, it's going to disappear into the stucco. That nail is, oh man, you hit it hard. You're hitting it hard. Well, go ahead. Keep building. Keep building.
And the only way the children are going to learn that is the parents got to model that at home. If the parents are never sitting still or reading a book or something, the kid is not going. They don't have anything to refer.
There's no structure.
Yeah, they don't have
no
they don't have no reference point about how to be still. And 9 times out of 10, we stick our kids in front of the TV or in front of the computer screen, and that's just frying their brains for the most part at a young age. But let's sit down and read a book to them. Let's sit down and let them read back to us.
But now, we can't, and I'm saying this loosely, we can't expect for them to do what they may not know what to do and how to do it.
You got
Exactly.
a point.
But now, we're getting in our own way as far as developing our child. Okay, but now, you want somebody to help him or her get in college. But when they were younger, you wasn't asking for no assistance on their social skills, academic skills, just overall improving.
Yes.
But now, you wait till the kid get to the door. It's time for him to leave the house.
It's too hard to bend that. It's too hard to bend that branch at that point.
Sometimes it's too late.
Yeah.
See, as a coach will tell you, we got coaches for everything but BS.
Yeah.
We have a coach for every aspect on the next level, but we don't have a coach for the BS.
Right.
And when he broke it down, them 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning phone calls. He's been arrested. He's done this. He's done that. We don't have coaches for that. We got a ticket for that, and it's one way.
One way.
And it's one way. One way. Now, they'll have a coach to drop you off at the airport, and depending on where you're at, you might get a bus.
Mm-hmm.
Might have to hack your bag.
So saying that, a lot of these parents, if it don't get in their way, JB, that's why I sent it to you, because I heard a previous show you had. That's why I just sent to you, inbox you, that video.
Mm-hmm.
That video.
Yep.
And it's like, wow. We have too many resources not to use our resources.
Exactly.
And I would tell anybody, use your resources. Stop making life hard. Use your resources. Well, I don't know. All you got to do is open your mouth. Open your mouth. Okay.
And stop.
And ask.
Exactly.
But
I want to piggyback.
But I want to add a little something to that though. It's more than
Go ahead.
just open your mouth and asking. Actually, really want the help. Because some people are opening their mouth just because it fits that situation, but when you say something that they don't agree with, they shut down.
Whoa! Got to now. You got to put some dressing on it. You got to put some icing and dressing on that cake. Now it got to sound good, because if it don't sound good, ooh,
exactly.
How you go ask me, and when I give you the response, you get pissed. And I'm gonna tell you quickly. One thing I'm not gonna do is lie to you.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
The tape don't lie.
If you want me to give you something that sounds good, if the shoe fit, he got to put it on. If they don't fit, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It don't sound good to you. So now, if go ahead, Kev.
Mr. Jones, let me piggyback off what you said. Meaning when I say the tape don't lie, the tape don't lie. My child could do this. My child could do that. Okay, ma'am or sir, let me run this tape for you. Let me let you see what your child, he or she, could do. And you visualize for yourself whether he or she could do what you say she could do. And some gonna be shocked, and some gonna be, man, I ain't know he or she could do that. Because some parents don't know the game. Some parents, you know, they not forthcoming on doing 100% effort to get them to the next level. They want you to be the parent too. I just plain and simple. They want you to be the parent too. They want you to
correct. And sometimes
they want you to. Yeah, they want you to make them. Yeah. I understand. Yeah, a coach, you're gonna be a parent, but you should have to be in a position to compromise yourself. Like, okay, I gotta make these players do their homework. Okay, that's what you got. That's what you got tutors for. Schools got tutors. You got online help. You got other resources. All you have to do is use it. See, the parents, all they want to do is drop their child off to school, and then they want to blame the school for why their child failing or why their child's not excelling in that sport. You know, I know it's some things that's going on, you know, some shady stuff that's going on here and there. That stuff happening in every school, like the illegal recruiting, you know, like bringing ineligible players on. You know, Central just got busted. TFA in Orlando just got busted. Norland got busted. That stuff happened because the coach, you know, you at a popular school. Well, you coming in the door, your first year coaching, your expectation, they looking at you to win coming in the gate. So you got to do what you got to do. You know, that's playing coach cut, no chaser. You got to do what you got to do. So when you're doing what you got to do, sometimes you're going to take corners as in bringing talent in and retaining talent, you know. So, you know, with the NIL deal, it's a great thing. It's a gift and a curse, but, you know, it been NIL deal under the table for, you know, decades and decades, man. This is going to keep it 100, you know. It just been another name for it. So now they capitalize on the name NIL, but people been funneling money, moving players in different zones and all that stuff, man, for decades and decades, man. You know, it go way back.
But this is what I see, though. I think that, you know, of course, what we're talking about is important, but there's a bigger picture, because most of our children are not going to be playing in major college basketball or football. Most of our children not going to be playing in the NFL or the NBA or whatever, Major League Baseball. So the majority of our kids are kind of, if you don't have that potential, that ability to kind of somehow find your way to that level, then a lot of those children are not getting any kind of attention, any kind of support whatsoever. The ones that got the talent or potentially to have that kind of talent, they get that attention.
That's right.
But what about the 95% of us that don't have it?
Now,
Right.
you're saying that. Now, you're saying that. What would you expect a parent to do if their child is academically scholarship eligible, academically scholarship eligible, but you say you can't afford to send your child to college? Now, and I'll tell a parent quickly, just because your child has those grades, while you pushing him or her toward college, are they mentally, physically college ready? They may be academically on a high school level. I say because college is a whole nother level. I say high school, they're regulated by you. But when they leave you, there's no regulations. They have to come in at a certain time in your house, but they don't have no mortgage to pay when they leave high school and go on to college. They can come and go as they want. So now, are they responsible or not? And I say, well, by me saying that, why don't they go to a trade school? And I say, there's different avenues to
Definitely.
be able to mature as a responsible young adult into an adult. Going to college ain't gonna guarantee you nothing other than you getting an opportunity to get a degree. An opportunity. That's not to say you go get it. An opportunity. But college may not be for them. How about going to a trade school? Taking up a specialized trade.
You see, a lot of
But
parents they turn their nose. A lot of parents they turn their nose up at that. Like that's like
well, see, they going on what the public, what looks good.
right.
They're going on what looks good, but once you get that, and they'll be like, I never thought about it. Come on, guys, y'all grown.
Yeah.
Y'all
And on
grown.
top of that too, most of your they're not junior colleges anymore, as they call them state colleges. They have programs that's not necessarily, your typical
Greed.
college courses.
Greed. Correct.
So
Correct.
your child has an opportunity to go there to learn a trade, and then there's other opportunities online. There's a lot of avenues out there, but the same.
But parents figure because they played sports
Right.
that they have to go.
The same energy you bring to your child who's an athlete, you
See,
should bring that same energy to all of your children.
no. They're not going to do that. They're not. They unless they're being talked about in the papers, unless they're being talked about throughout the city. Outside of that, they're not going to go further with the child. Now, and when I mean academically, I know a couple of kids that was over the 4.0 meter, and the parents talking about, well, I'm trying to figure out how she's going to go to school or how he's going, excuse me, guys, what the hell you mean? You're trying to figure what you trying to figure. Ain't nothing to figure. If they got over the 4.0 measure, well, I can't afford to. That is why I say, if only parents open your mouth, use your resources. Somebody knows somebody. Somebody knows somebody. And I tell parents, I said, nah, if your kid is already getting high grades in the 10th grade,
You should start now. Don't wait till they 2 months from graduating. 2 months from graduating. Now you're trying to look and find resources. I mean, maybe for next year, but not for this year.
That's why postgrad
not alone.
That's why postgrad.
See that. But see now, okay. If they're not athletes, JB.
If
they're not athletes, the post-grad, would they be eligible for that? Just academically, if they're not athletes.
Right.
If they're not athletes, will they be able to be eligible to say, go to a post-grad school for that 13th year? You know, academically, they're strong. But I tell parents, hey, by the time they're going into the 11th grade, you need to start applying. I say because if they got them kind of grades in the 10th grade, they're only going to go to school 2 or 3 hours a day when they become senior. By the time noontime come, they home. They home, and all they doing is just buying time for graduation. You should have applied, gotten responses, gotten your transcripts in order, and all of that jazz there. Well, I didn't know.
I got a question.
That is why.
And I don't
Go
know
ahead.
if y'all know this or not, but back in the day when I was in school, and I know that was back when Jesus was alive, but anyway.
I'm 59. I'm 59, so I don't know. Oh, you older than I?
We on the same page then.
Okay. Okay.
But back in the day when I was in school, when we was in school, we had guidance counselors. Do they still have guidance?
Whoa. Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
they
that ain't going away.
They're going away.
They still have them. They still have them. Hey, man, you FCA rated. FCC rated. JB, you FCC rated, man. Cause now, hey, JB. You FCC rated. Cause I swear,
hey,
man.
We all the way live, bro.
Man,
we tell it like it is here, man.
But the reason I asked that is because I was about to go in. These guidance counselors, and I'm going to say out of 10, 6 of them, 7 of them are not doing jack. And that's one of the reasons why the parents are not informed. That's who's supposed to be informing the parent. If you got a child, now they quick to tell the parents when the kid is being disobedient. Now they jump you on the spot on that. But when the kid is being responsible academically and the parents don't know about it, hey, I just want to let you know, I just sent the letter to these 4, 5, whatever school. Oh, okay, thank you. So what I'm gonna need for you to do, stay on board with me so we can stay on the same page and we can this, and this. So by
that's
time
that's how it happened for me. That's how it happened for me.
But it's not. It's man.
I didn't apply for no school. The guidance counselors already put all that paperwork in before and then told me afterwards.
Gonna get that now, man. But now you have some teachers and you have some administrators barking that they don't make enough money. Do your freaking job.
Yeah.
Do your freaking job. Other than when the kid is being disobedient, you Johnny on the spot then. But now, I was salute. And boy, they don't turn around just like Colorado. I don't know about any other schools, but I'm going to speak on Jones High. Not just athletically. I ain't even going to worry about that. Academically, in the last 10 years, they've been pushing out some major scholarships academically.
Yeah.
They've been pushing out some major scholarships academically. I ain't even studying athletically. I ain't studying that. Because see, when you mention Jones, first thing you mention is the athletic. Damn the athletic. So what? I play athletics there. I ain't thinking about that. Academically is what Jones High need to be talked about more of. Because like I said, in the last 10 years, they've been pushing out the same way they pushing out these kids football wise to these large universities. They pushing them out academically on the same level, if not more academically. And I'm like, whoa. And I think that started with Mr. Brooks' daughter. I don't know if any of you guys know Mr. Brooks from way, way back. Any of you guys know Mr. Brooks?
No.
Okay. I mean,
my guidance counselor at Jones was Miss Rogers, Barbara Rogers. Which she was my senior year at Walmart principal.
But you know who her husband was at Walmart? Big Al.
Yeah, Big Al.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And saying that, man, Bridget, I tell you what, Donovan's brother, what's it over there in Eatonville?
Donovan Williams.
Donovan Williams. Bridget is his sister-in-law.
Okay.
Ever since Bridget got to that campus, she started resurrecting Jones just like Dion did. I mean, in the same time frame. It's like, just like Dion has resurrected Colorado, Bridget got on campus and resurrected Jones High, and Jones High continued to go upwards ever since. She laid a blueprint, and it's been going upwards ever since Bridget was the principal. Just like Dion has done with Colorado.
I want to show the little clip that you sent to me. I gotta use it. What I'm using is definitely for educational purposes.
Oh man!
But what I want to say right now, I want to let Ryan finish what he was saying, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show that.
No, you can go. You can go ahead. I'm good. You can go ahead.
All right.
You got a volume on it, JB?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, trying to get it at the beginning. Hold on. Yeah, it had me stuck when I was listening to this, man. He had me stuck, bro.
It did?
Yeah, he had me stuck, bro. This thing here is tripping right now. Hold on.
Blue jacket. What is your name?
My name is Alexis.
Alexis, please leave my lecture room. I don't want to see you at one of my lectures ever again.
I don't understand.
I am not going to ask a second time. Thank you.
This is definitely for educational purposes.
Why are there laws? What are laws for? Anyone?
social order?
To protect the person's personal rights.
So that you can rely on the government?
Justice? Thank you. Tell me, was I unfair to your classmate just now? Indeed I was. So, why didn't any of you protest? Why didn't any of you try and stop me? Why didn't you want to prevent this injustice? You see, what you have just learned, you wouldn't have understood in 1,000 hours of lectures unless you lived it. You didn't say anything because you weren't affected yourself. And this attitude speaks against you and against life. You think it doesn't concern you, so it's none of your business. Well, I'm here to say, if you don't help bring about justice, then one day you too may experience injustice, and there will be nobody there to stand before you. Truth and justice lives through us all, and we must fight for it. Because in life and work, I mean, we often live next to each other, but not with each other. We console ourselves that the problems of others are nothing to do with us, none of our business. And we go home glad at night that we're spared, but it's about standing up for each other. Every day an injustice happens in business, sport, or on the tram. Relying on someone else to take care of it is not good enough. It is our duty to be there for others, to speak up for others when they cannot. I am here to teach you the power of your voice. I want you to learn critical thinking to empower you to stand up for what is right, even if it means going against what everyone else is doing. Let's begin.
Yeah, man, that's powerful, bro.
What you think, Ryan?
Yeah, man, that is. I think I've seen that somewhere online before, but that is very powerful. Very powerful.
Let me ask you, when you saw it, did you look at it?
Yeah, I did. I watched the whole thing. I might have watched it twice.
Now, and when he said something about critical thinking, first person I thought of was the governor. He took out critical thinking images as well as were books.
Yep.
He took them out. He took them out, right?
Yeah, he did.
Because, as the saying went 50 years ago, 60 years ago, Hoover, J. Edgar Hoover, had to put a stop to Martin Luther them. He could not allow that to continue because the power of a group is larger and powerful than an individual. Now, and that's why I tell anybody, if you're going to sue someone or sue a company, class action them instead of individually. So now, if a group of players stand up to the coach ain't gonna cut the whole team. But now, if the coach has a legit reasoning for penalizing that individual, there's three ways it has to be looked at: the coach side, the player side, and the team side. If the kid was wrong, he got to stand on his 10 toes. He got to stand on his 10 toes. But if the coach is a little bigoted, his teammates got to stand up for him. They got to stand up for him. They got to stand up for him instead of being across the street talking about it behind his back. Because if the coach gonna cut him, everybody gonna say, okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, but that's one player. We'll move on. But if the coach have to cut everybody on the team, 12, 13 people on the team, that's gonna raise some eyebrows and some eyelashes.
Yep.
And I guess that's what the guy was saying in that clip right there. But now, our problem is, if it don't affect us, we're not gonna say nothing.
But this, I mean, I agree with you 100%. But then I also look at it from another perspective too. If we had more opportunities, if the opportunity to succeed in life wasn't so scarce for us, we would be more likely to stand up. In other words,
I doubt it.
If you got more colleges to go to that'll easily take you in, then it's easier for you to stand up for your teammate, because if you get cut, you got somewhere else to go. But
You always had somewhere to go. You always had somewhere to go. Even when you and I was in school, we always had somewhere to go. But the problem is, put it this way. I remember in 82, 81, 81, I was at Evans.
Mm-hmm.
I left in the middle of the night. I left school in the middle of the night. Boys I ran with every day, they didn't see me until the following first play of the season when we played each other. First play. But now, when it was seen that I was no longer on campus, the coach called the meeting. He called a meeting. And he intimidated and told them, if anybody else tried to pull the same thing, you will not play another down in Central Florida.
Yeah, man, there was a whole lot of that going on, bro.
But see now, 40 years later, I'm finding this out, and the boys saying, man, how did you pull it off? We want to do the same thing, but he intimidated us and threatened us. You know, there's opportunities, but if it don't affect us, we let it go. And you had some guys that wanted to pull the trigger and leave, but you had some, nah, boy, I'm good. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. But when that time came for them to walk out that front door after graduation, thinking he was going to do something for them, he didn't do a thing for them. He didn't do a thing for them. It's opportunities. Guys got to be willing to pull that trigger. They got to be willing to pull that trigger. They got to be willing to pull that trigger. And that's on the college level too. The coaches will.
Oh, yeah, they're doing it with the NIL.
But see, and that's where they've been getting away with it for 50 years. But now that the portal is upon us, it makes it easier. And I don't have a problem with the portal. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either.
And if you notice, all of the big boys are no longer getting or controlling the narratives. The sand in the glass or the weight or the pendulum is balanced now. Everybody is kind of leveling the playing field now. Georgia, Alabama is no longer getting all of I don't go on those stars. Or he's a 5-star recruit. I don't go on that. What I tell people, look at their roster 2 years later and see if those recruits are still on that team. 7 times out of 10, the majority of them are not. They've either transferred out or academically failed. But those
Now, what I
stars,
want to say,
go ahead.
what I want to say to that, man, that's what a change need to be. Well, actually, I ain't gonna even say change. I'm gonna say common sense. If everybody want to go to the school that's nationally known, the Alabamas, the Georgias, and even the Florida States and the Miamis back in the day, right? Okay, not everybody can go. Not every good player can go to that school, a particular school. So use the sense that if you say you want to go to Alabama, just take that as an example. They getting 5-star players, pretty much 4 and 5-star players. When they come in, they go to the school, they already got 4 and 5 in the second and third string.
At that position.
Now, why would you go there?
I'm a teeter. I ain't gonna say his name. And this young man probably is about 35, 36. He went to a school. The news people put the depth chart up. The news people put the depth chart up, and the news people say, "Wow, look at the position you're being recruited for. They already, man." When he signed the scholarship, he came in as the ninth person. I'm like, and the news people. I mean, all 3 news channels in Orlando put that roster up at that position, and they were like, "How can you?" And it's not like the other 7 or 8 or upperclassmen or seniors. They were sophomores, juniors, waiting their turn. And it's like, what are you thinking of, man? But he had to go there. I don't even know why. Yeah, he got him 2 or 3 rings. But in the barbershop, they're going to say, did you earn them? Yeah, you got them, but did you earn them? But now, if you was a walk-on, that's something different.
Right.
But you was you was a 5-star athlete, All-American, top in the country, not just in the state, in the country. Okay. You're supposed to have an impressive college career. Now, you had one after you finally left that school and went to another school in your post-grad career. You ended up leading the nation in running, in yards. What were you thinking when you chose to go to this school that set you on the shelf for 4 years?
Well, I think that, in my opinion, as players, if you're the type of player that's going to work hard and make a name for yourself, I mean, by your effort, then you can pretty much go to any college, and the pros are going to find you if you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. But if you don't have nothing to put on your resume to give to your potential team that may draft you as they look at your bio, there's nothing on your bio that needs to.
That's what I'm saying.
You
on the field. If you're not on the field and you think just because I went to Alabama or just because I went to Georgia or just because I went to North Carolina for basketball or Kansas or whatever, and you ain't got nothing to show unless your name is Bronny James, you ain't. They're not looking at you.
Hey. Well, hey, but you got to understand. I'm gonna say something real quick, and I'm gonna let you finish. Nah, D-Wade's son didn't get that opportunity. D-Wade's son did not get that opportunity. D-Wade's son, Zaire, He didn't get that opportunity. And him and Bronny played together at Sierra Leone or Sierra Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
He's 2 years older than LeBron. He didn't get that opportunity to even put on an NBA jersey. And what I saw,
well, he kind of took control of his own destiny on that.
Correct.
He chose wrong.
Correct.
He should have just listened to his dad.
And you know something, and I think he did listen to his dad. Because see, your father, if he's realistic with you, will tell you the gospel. And I think D Wade was realistic with his son. Mm-hmm. We may see from the little bit that we see of these kids, oh, he's good, oh, he's not good. But as I tell people, you're only as good as the opportunity. Because if you don't get an opportunity, you ain't gonna be able to get an opportunity to do it. Yeah, they sign you. They bring you in for a workout. Those are formalities. But if they don't give you an opportunity to be able to show your body of work, everybody gonna say, well, he's this, he's that. We never saw 5 games of neither one of those kids. We're only privy to what social media provides us.
Right.
But the people that was in the stands, because see, everybody in the stands look at, oh, he can score. Damn, does he play defense? Like Luka? Like Curry? Like the average shooter or the average scorer? There's not many complete players or two-way players. There's only one. The majority of the league is one way. That's scoring.
But you know, I don't even like the term two-way player. If you're playing basketball, you're supposed to be playing offense and defense. There ain't no two-way player. You're a basketball player.
Right? So I'm gonna ask you, what is Luka and Curry? No. Hey, Ryan.
The way you explain it,
see,
it's definitely broke down as a two-way player now. Yeah, it's definitely broke down. But you know, the nature of what Ryan's saying.
Oh, I get it, Nate.
Man, you step on the court, man. You're a basketball player.
But see, you're a basketball player, but are you a one-way player or complete player? Because a complete player is going to give you more than what that kid did on that clip, JB. Stood out on that wing and he got upset, but
and walk back on defense.
Walk right back on. See, and that's why I said he should have found other ways. Because had the ball bounced long, he could have got the rebound.
But you know what? I blame the coach.
Oh, and that's exactly what I said. I said because this is not his second or third time doing this. Coach should have done that last year.
The first time he did that, I might have said something to him. But if he did it again, oh, go get him.
But see, now you got to deal with his parents.
Whatever.
See, and that's why I say they're not gonna see.
I'm old school. Now you know that.
Yeah.
Now we get into the meat and the potatoes.
These get yanked out quick. You get one, man. You may get two, but it's two different situations, not the same one 2 times.
But now,
other kind of way.
But see, had he sprinted back on defense, or had he crashed your boards or whatever, okay. But I'm still going, hey boy, I don't like the tone that I'm seeing on this floor. Because the ball ain't coming your way. Go ahead.
Check this out, Tracy. He was the same one that got into a fight on the airplane.
Wow.
He was the same one
Already
that got into a
pissed.
fight on the airplane. They had to land the airplane in Texas.
Ho,
Because he was
that's
fighting on the plane after that game.
he was pissed. He was pissed. Oh Lord, I saw that and come on, man. Come on, man. But now, how you deal with that, Ryan, with the parent?
No, I'm gonna tell you how I deal with that. I think his last name was Hudson. Mr. Hudson, I'm about to give him a bus ticket. Y'all need to
Well,
pick
what
him up.
happened?
Supposed to
What
be there
happened, Coach Ryan?
at
Coach Ryan,
2:35
what
in
happened?
the morning.
What
He'll be
happened?
there.
What happened? What happened, Coach Ryan?
Okay, well, we're gonna send you a video before you get there. So when you see
Because,
the video,
you know you're gonna have problems until they get that video.
okay, that's fine.
Because you know they're gonna have problems.
right now.
And see, the thing
You
is,
got
he
time
gonna
for all
tell
that.
it.
I'm gonna
Get the
send you a
ticket, man.
video, and I'm gonna send you a news article about this plane. We done landed this plane in Houston for the last 30. We've been on this plane for the last 30 minutes. He ain't getting back on the plane. He catching the bus home.
See,
Hey,
see.
that's all love right there.
But see, the thing is, you got to deal with the parent until they see that video. And then 10 times out of 10, he'll have already called them, Mom, Dad, Coach with that bullshit. He right here, he got blah, 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 blah. And instead of the parent saying, okay, son, okay, we'll talk with Coach. We'll talk with Coach. Next thing you know, they phone ringing, it's you. Hey, Coach, how you doing? What's going on? I'm good. I just want to call you about, situation with blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, he called us and told us that this happened and that happened. And 11 times out of 10, he go lie.
Oh yeah. That's why I'm sending you this article and this.
Not 9 times out of 10. You say 11 out of 10.
Yeah. He ain't gonna miss no lie.
Yeah.
He ain't made but 2 free throws out of 13, but he gonna get all them lies in.
But see, and I'm gonna tell him, and I'm gonna tell him, look, it started during the
tell
game.
me a lie ain't gonna win the game.
No. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna throw a little bit more salt in this wound. A couple of years now, he's a freshman, right? Either the year before or the year before.
Ho. This kid's a freshman?
He is a freshman.
Wow.
Are you? Oh, no. You ain't gonna.
You talking about a sophomore or junior?
He a freshman.
He a freshman. So he doing the same thing Kamani McLean doing then, huh?
What did I get on that. I get on that, JB. So you a freshman? He was cutting up. That is why. Oh man.
I ain't told you last little bit. Last year or the year before, the summer, he was playing on one of these higher AAU teams, and he got into a fight with two. It was a set of twins on his team, and it was a big to do about it all over social media. Him fighting a set of twins.
Mm.
During the game.
See, man. And that is why I said these coaches will call and do their due diligence. They will do their due diligence to find out who they're getting, who they're recruiting, who is on their board.
Yeah.
So a freshman cutting up like
a freshman.
Nah, he didn't just start. What's a freshman? 9th grade?
No. Yeah. This was college.
Oh, this kid here is in. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, he played for who was he playing for? I know.
So he was doing this in high school. Oh
yeah. Long before
he was doing this in high school.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure.
So the parents ain't surprised when they get that call.
But you know something? They going with it because nobody's holding that kids accountable, man.
Exactly.
Nobody's holding them accountable. Nobody. Even the parents are not holding him accountable.
Exactly.
They're not holding him accountable. They're just letting him go as far as he can take this. They're just allowing him to go as far as he can take this. And that I would be sending him home.
I think
I would
for
be.
Georgia Tech. I think it was Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech?
I want to say Georgia Tech. Let me do that thing.
Stoudemire, who's at Georgia Tech? Stoudemire.
I'm not sure.
Is Damon Stoudemire at Georgia Tech?
Nah, he was at Arizona. Damon Stoudemire.
Who's the coach at Georgia Tech? I think it was a point guard.
Oh, yeah. I think they changed. Yeah, they did change coaches. Wasn't he on that? Was he an assistant coach?
I think Stoudemire is the head coach. Just a point guard that played in the league. That's the head coach at Georgia Tech. But anyway, this kid, man, ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change with this kid. This kid behavior is not gonna change, man. It's definitely not gonna change. God.
Yep. His name is Stoudemire.
It started. Okay. Freshman cutting up like. I'm not surprised, man. This era of kids, man.
That was Auburn. That was the team he played on.
It's Auburn. It's Auburn.
Yeah, they had.
What's his name from? Is he still up there, JB?
Who that?
Up at Auburn with not Bruce Pearl. With Bruce Pearl.
Yeah, Tennessee. He's still at Tennessee.
Bruce Pearl is at Tennessee. Not one he at Auburn.
Yeah, he was at Auburn. No. He had Auburn. Yeah, he had Auburn.
He had Auburn with Marquise.
Yeah, he was at Tennessee. He got fired from Tennessee. Yeah.
And went to Auburn. And is Marquise still with him?
Yeah, Bruce,
Marquise on the staff.
Bruce Pearl, that's who it is, the head coach right now.
Yep.
Boy, I wish I had Marquise number.
Hey, I'm this close. I'm about this close to get him on the show. It's on him right now. So definitely got to bring you on when I do that. Yeah.
Most definitely, because you know something, man. And you mentioned McLean at Colorado. That kid and his surroundings, his support was his problem. And I'll tell a kid quickly, do not listen to the media, whether that's on the news or in the newspaper. If you're not mentally strong and have a supporting cast that's going to keep you level-headed and humble, you'll take it like a baton in the hands of Usain Bolt and lose the race because you don't lost focus. He got out there doing the very same thing he was doing when he was at Lakeland. Nobody held him accountable. And as soon as he's been held with the structure, accountability, he didn't know how to adapt.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't know how, he just chose not to because he never had to make adjustments in high school, whether it was at home or at school.
I mean, I keep telling people be asking me about this stuff, right? And I say, man, that stuff come from. I mean, you just don't automatically just come to a new place and just act up, man. You know what I mean? It starts from somewhere, man. And a lot of these parents, a lot of these player parents, they don't want to like look at the situation and say, hey, first of all, it's basically how you raised them, if you're giving your child everything, now we want to make sure they're good. We want to make sure they got what they need. That's what my mom just do with me and my brother. Like I said, it's all a lot of stuff we wanted, but she made sure she provided what we needed.
Exactly.
And when you get what you want, when you get what you want, when you get older,
that might be a little every now and again. You know, you say, Mom.
I mean, every now and then you got what we wanted, but she always said, when you get grown, you get that dough, then you go and get what you want.
Exactly.
Now, when I was running these gyms, I had a long conversation with these kids where they was high school and some of them was in college. I said, man, y'all come in here every week, every other week with brand new sneakers on, and y'all playing on them. Well, what you think they for? They say, hey, you come in here with yours, and I say, what you see me doing? I'm turning the lights on, turning the lights out. I say, just like your parents at home, they turn the lights on, they turn the lights out. I say, how many of you all brought your shoes? I say, not bring them in here, bought, paid for them out of your pocket, your money. Raise your hand. Come on, y'all, raise your hands. I say, so every one of y'all parents bought the shoes. Yes, I say, because how many of you all went to college to keep that going so you don't have to become responsible? And they bust out laughing. I say, look at him. I say, look at him. Been there. I say, fellas, come on. Don't pimp your parents like that. I say, don't pimp your parents like that. I say, because you gonna run out of time.
Mm-hmm.
I say, because your parents still go maintain what they've been doing when you were born. But when you get a certain age, your clock don't run out. You supposed to be no graduated from college. You on your own now. They ain't gonna continue paying and giving you this little tennis shoe lifestyle. Couple of fellas say, man, Tracy, man, I went to my dad 2 weeks ago. My dad cussed me out. I started laughing. I say, now you see my point. He said, man, as long as I was coming up here, man, he said, man, I've been coming up here for the longest. He said, man, I was getting shoes every 2 weeks, man. He said he didn't have no problem with it. He said, man, I got a kid. I say, I was getting to that. I said, now, you're in high school or you're in college and you get a kid. Who gonna take care of that kid? You can't. I said, because the shoes on your feet, the drawers on your behind, you didn't buy neither one of them. I say, fellas, the point I'm making, get your priorities and your responsibilities together early. So when that clock hits and you have to punch in, you don't have to, you won't have to struggle. I said, but you guys are pimping your parents and you go run out. I said, you go run out. I said, I'm gonna tell you. I say, you might be able to get your mom. I said, but your dad, he gonna tell you, I'm done with you. I said, and I told him, I said, fella, I'm saying this by experience. My old man did me like that.
Quick in a hurry.
I said, when I went to college, I was 2 kids in. I said, when I left Orlando to go to school, I was 2 kids in. I said, my old man told me, as long as you stay in school and be responsible, son, I don't need you worrying about home. I got home. And I say, I had to double down and become responsible. And I say, when I sent that word, hey, it's it, y'all. I'm coming home. I'm getting ready to graduate. I came home for a brief moment before graduation. Dad said, boy, got something I want to talk to you about. What's that? Boy, that following week, both daycare bills on you. I dropped my head. Hey, man, I ain't gonna have no job by there. He said, you better have a game plan. He said, you better have a game plan. He said, son, you're no longer a student. You're a grown man now. He said, nah, you don't have no rent to pay. He said, all you got to do, son, is pay your daycare. Man, I came home. Hey, Pa, got $100 I can get. Man, he cussed me out. Yeah, son, what you need $100 for? Just to have in your pocket, right? I said, well, yeah. I said, just to have a little float money. What the hell you floating for? What you floating? You ain't got no job? I quickly had to get my perspectives together. I quickly had to become responsible. And that's what I used to give you all, JB, when you all was at that age.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's why I say these kids nowadays, they're not getting that, man. They're not getting that. And I hate to say it, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong. If you got a 35, 45-year-old on a gaming system more than he's spending time away from that gaming system with man, hey, man.
Hold on.
Hey man, they be right there, right here.
Hold on. You said that technology, a computer system that he making
$150,000. No. He playing on the game that he bought.
You didn't say game. Games is for kids. Right?
Hey man, I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. That is why a lot of these kids are coming up the way they're coming up, because their fathers are sitting right next to them on the gaming system instead of putting some quality time in it
take too much
at the mall.
It takes too much time to learn how to do that. You know what I'm saying? I can't. I done had kids give me their old gaming system. I ended up giving it to somebody else. I can't take the time to do all that.
Bruh, I don't.
You know how people gonna try to do the shoot, man. Hey man, I'm spending time with a kid like this. Okay, I get it, but not every time you see your kid, man. You're on.
That's all y'all, and that's all y'all doing. That's all y'all doing. There's no social skill. Taking the kids around other kids, letting them run around and do this and do that. None of that, man. And then you wonder why your little lady.
They smoking weed with them. I mean, obviously, even at this age right now, man. I mean, it's like, okay, a person will put it in their mind and say, well, I know you smoke weed. I know you drinking. Well, come do it with me. We'll do it together like that. And then now I can see the father kind of regulating things, but at the same time, you basically aiding and abetting it, because when he's not around you, then he's gonna be like, okay, well, my dad says okay, then I'm gonna do that, And it's like you got to make some parents got into these times got to make a stand, man. This is not going to happen, and this is how it's going to be. If you're going to continue to want me to support you, I got a whole lot of say in that. Now, end of the day, when it comes to parents, I mean, they're gonna support their kid until they leave here, or either one of them leave here. But a lot of parents are saving a lot of grown kids from dealing with just life. You know what I mean? If a situation happened where, hey, I know I can go to my mom, I can go to my dad anytime. I mean, what is you learning as an adult that you
nothing. Because as soon as they get a little adversity, they're running back to the parents.
Yeah.
And I've seen parents, until my child leave this earth, I got their back. They can always come back home. And I leave that alone. I leave that alone because that's a battle you don't want to fight.
Battle you're gonna lose.
You go and no matter what logic you put in front of them, it's not going to be logic to them. And the first thing that's my child. You're absolutely correct. That's your child. But he's 40 years old, but that's your child. He's a child still because you still treating him like a child. Now, I'm gonna put it like this. I know a young man, 40 years old, just turned 40 years old 2 weeks ago. He drives
40 years old.
40 years old, he drives an 18 Cadillac. DTS, one of them nice Cadillacs. He didn't buy it. That might be from the time he had from 19 to 40. He probably don't have a car lot. He's had a car lot. He's had a car lot. His mom, she would either give him her car with no miles on it, perfect condition, she'll go and get her a new one. Or she'll use one of hers as a trade-in, she'll go and buy him something. He ain't paying for shit. He don't even pay for the cigarettes he smoked.
Oh, you laugh, man, but
no, man, see, that kind of BS, that man, you can't, and it's like, that's my child. Yeah, you can't do nothing. Hey, man, it's like, and he's one of those. All he want to do is be on the gaming system and smoking out. He got 2 kids, but all he want to do is be on the gaming system and smoke out, and wonder why he had a good little lady, and you wonder why she went in another direction.
And
she don't want to raise 3 kids.
As soon as they go to jail, you know what? I gotta go get my baby out. I gotta go put the house up. I gotta go. I grew up seeing that, man, and I'm sitting here like you hey, rather. Man. I mean, you grew you raised your kids in the house, but you willing to go homeless to save them from some shit that they did themselves.
But y'all might
as a grown person.
Y'all might disagree with this, but I look at it like this: they raised that monster. Let them deal with that monster.
Correct. And you're right. And you say somebody, man, they'll cuss you out, man, and pull out their knife.
Yeah.
Them women, man, it's like
go ahead and put the house up. Go ahead and do all lose your house over that monster you raised.
Yeah. This generation.
Put it this way. This fella had him now from the time he was 19 to 40, he probably had 3 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
From the time he was 19 to 40, he probably had 3 jobs in his life. And never stayed on neither one of them 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Still home. But now he had a little job, and the man kept telling him, "Hey man, you can't be in the work vehicle with that aroma." You see how y'all shaking your head?
No, nobody ain't gotta tell you that.
And the tattoo.
Rah. Now
get mad, can't get the job.
8 o'clock in the morning. You got the people work vehicle smelling like weed. Now you had a job with the city. You quit that job because you had to pay tolls to go to work. You had to pay tolls to go to work. Man, I ain't paying no tolls. Seriously.
Got that money to get that 8 though.
Mm-hmm.
Kept that. He kept that.
That filthy hen. He got that money to get that filthy hen. And them $40. And them $40.
Them $220. Them $8 $5 bills. Them 410s. Them 220s. Come on, man. But
Hey, it went up to
that's
80
that's
pack now.
that's
It's 80 pack now. It ain't $40. It's
that's
80
what's
pack.
going on now, man. That's what's going on now. And the same thing translating to these kids, man. All these kids are doing gaming system.
Yeah.
They're not working on the craft. They're not working on the academics. And the parents, if the kid ain't in their way, they ain't gonna say nothing to him. But when the kid run out of time, then they're gonna be looking for support.
Oh,
You weren't
man,
looking for it. You weren't looking for it before.
yeah. You even
I
come
don't
up to
know,
them
man.
and they be like, I got it, OG. I know what you're saying, OG. And then, get close to that time. You know when to get close to that time. You know when you're going through the basketball season and you playing all those games in the first part of the season. Then when it get to January, you either worry about them grades or then you make it past that. And then February hit, especially if you're a senior, now you start reflecting.
You done.
Okay, I got the $1 million question. What can we do about it?
I would say this. And it's just me. If you're hungry, I'm willing to feed you. If you're hungry, I'm willing to feed you. But now, if you just going through the motions, I don't have no time for you. Because if you don't have no self-initiative, it's not like you all of a sudden going to get something. If I saw, and people used to always ask me, JB, why are you so on DeMarcus? You know, why are you so on DeMarcus, man? And after I break it down, he leaves me no choice. Even right now today, he leaves me no choice but to be high on him.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what you have done for him. He was hungry. I'm gonna make sure if I can feed him, I'm gonna make sure he has a stomach full of food. But if he didn't have no drive, no self-drive, if I put the plate of food in front of him and he don't eat it, then he come back around and say he hungry. What you want me to do, son? Well, the food cold. Okay, why the hell you think they make microwaves? That's where that self-initiative come in at. So you want me to make some fresh food or put the food that I put in the refrigerator, you want me to warm it up for you too? That's why I didn't have no issues with DeMarcus. He had a very high drive and his self-drive. Now, I get a call back from Texas. Man, this kid this kid that. They didn't have to tell him to do nothing. He was already on the regimen when he went there because they give you a regimen to start on, a prep regimen to start on before you get on campus. The kid was he was on path. Basically, he was above the regimen that they had already set forth for him. That's why he started as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
To answer your question, Ryan, that's why, or that's what I would do. If I see a kid want and willing to help himself, I don't have no problem. I don't have one problem.
I'll piggyback off that too. And I just keep it real simple. And I tell people when I do something for them and they say, hey, thank you, coach. I say, I do what I can.
That's it.
And
Correct. I don't give no guarantee. I don't give no guarantee.
Do what I can.
I don't give no. But now, if I set for a path and I see you're not challenging me to challenge you, I see you just want to go on what I set forth. Case in point, you got practice 3-4 days a week. What are you doing in the other 3 days of the 7? Are you sitting around on the gaming system, or you somewhere working? And that's any sport. That's any sport. Now, and I'll tell a kid, when you get in college, your exit interview after the season, whatever sport you in, the coach go sit down with every player on that team and have a conversation with them, giving you a synopsis of what he's expecting and looking for the next year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of kids see, and some of the guidance and the wisdom you get the parents and the kids, they take it for granted.
Reevaluation. You get reevaluated.
You're getting reevaluated. And I say, why bring the coach the very same person the following year? I say, actually, he want to see a different player. And you tell me, Ryan, he want to see a different player every game.
Mm-hmm.
A better player.
A better player.
Every game. Don't wait till the end of the year, because you watch the video of the game that you just played. Evaluate yourself. Oh man, I should have done this. I'm gonna start doing this. The very next day, go and practice and start tweaking yourself. But kids don't do that. Even if you tell them to, they're not. They're not. That's why I don't. That's why I'm not strong. Go ahead.
You know what I find? I find, especially from a basketball standpoint, everybody is willing to go to the gym and jack up 1,000 3-pointers.
But
and half of them can't make a left-hand layup.
Yeah.
That's too easy. That's too easy to throw up a jump shot, man. That is why I said that kids
that come down to the trainers. That come down to the trainers. That come down to the coaches that allow it.
But now, what about the kid that's in 8th grade, 9th grade, has a goal in the driveway? Those bad habits that that the parents are building, he's taking them to YouTube. He's bringing that to YouTube.
But you know what?
And
I don't have as much a problem with that, because
me neither. Not too much.
But hold. What I'm saying to your question, he jacking up 1,000 jump shots. He's jacking them up in the driveway too. But if somebody working with him on his fundamentals in the driveway, if they're not breaking them down in the driveway, and then when he get to an organized or structured team, he's gonna have the same body of work. Then somebody gonna have to break him down and rebuild it.
But that's the job. That's the job of the coach on that organized team, whether it's AAU or high school or what have you. Parents are not coaches, and that's the problem that we got right now. We got too many parents trying to be coaches on AAU teams that are not qualified and not even.
Well, I don't see how y'all did it. I don't see how y'all did it, man. Absolutely. I don't see how y'all did it.
Hey,
I do not. Wow.
You just hit the real big bingo, because you got a lot of these parents, man. They get upset that their kids are not playing, knowing that their kids are not that good, because he make a couple of good plays every now and then, or he got a good athletic line of the family. He can jump, he can run.
But he can't walk and talk at the same time.
Exactly. Oh, well, my son better than this son, about your son and all that. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get my own team.
Exactly, and don't have no idea. Watch a couple of YouTube videos, and now they Dean Smith and Bobby Knight rolled up.
Man, y'all cold blooded. Y'all cold blooded, man.
I mean, hey man, we
y'all cold blooded, man. Y'all cold blooded, boy. Y'all cold blooded, boy. Y'all cold blooded, boy.
JB, and if you ask them right now, who is Dean Smith, they wouldn't even know.
Won't even know.
But they swear up and down they're the best thing that ever hit organized basketball.
Now the thing about it though, fellas, I could be like, say right now, if I was to go downstairs right now and just walk around, I walk by a park and I see a kid out there that's struggling. I can't help but my first
But
mind
you
just to
go
say,
stop. No.
you go right out there.
You go stop. You go stop. You go
Yeah,
stop.
exactly.
You go stop.
My
You
first
go
mind
stop.
is go out there and say, I'm gonna sit there and stop. Like I said, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna look at it, right? And then I'll be like, you know what? Now the choice is either I'm gonna keep walking, or I'm gonna go over there and get that kid something that
You go do the obvious.
that'll take that he can take that
You go
and
take the
run with
obvious.
it how
You
he
go
want to
do the
do.
obvious. You go do the obvious. You go do the obvious. You go do the obvious.
I done did that plenty of times, man.
20 times, 20 million times, but now,
plenty.
That knowledge and that advice and that guidance you gave him, what you would walk away hoping that he retain it and continue to build on it, because you got all these parents. Well, I want to put him in a camp. I want to send him here. I want to send him there. And I'll tell a parent quickly, be realistic with yourself.
He might give me that money.
And I'm like, wow, you guys so quick.
Give me that money.
But see, and I'm telling them, why are you guys so quick to want to buy his skill set instead of developing his skill set? I said, because you finna go and give somebody some money, the kid go come back home with a little jersey and shorts from the camp.
Ooh.
And he ain't gonna work on none of that no other time.
Watch this. They go to the ACDC or whatever camp, right? Spend $1,000, right? And then they go spend that money, come back, don't see no results of the labels or whatever, right? But then I'm sitting right here, you own me saying, I want you to train my son.
No,
right?
JB.
I want you to train my son. I want you to train my son. Okay, so now you
that's why I called you.
So now you want me to straighten up what somebody didn't do, right? And then when it's time to pay me, you want to shortchange me. You just went and paid $1,000 to go stay a week at a camp. I'm not saying you got to give me the $1,000, but we can break that down in increments.
I got
you know what I'm saying? And that's why I got out the game for a little while, man, because it was just crazy.
I got one better for you. We got some of these parents that assign their kids up for these AAUs or start the AAU program themselves, spend thousands of dollars going to Texas, going to Boston, going to California, going all over the place with their kids. And you know, not only you got to pay for the transportation and the housing and all that.
Got to feed them.
It costs, even if you stay home, it costs you $30 to get into one game.
When you ain't parked yet, you ain't paid for you ain't paid the $15 to park.
And your son or your daughter can't make a free throw.
Hold on. But now, you got the $215 shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
You got the sleeves on. You got the girdle on. You got the T-shirt on under the shirt. So I mean, you talking $400, right? Well, I mean, but now, we talking on an AAU level, high school level. Pop Warner doing this shit now. It's like you got kids playing football with visors on, gloves on, sleeves on. It's like these kids can't even catch a football.
Now y'all know I used to run the Pal Center, and we used to have the football program out there. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the kids had to pay $25 or $30 for the year.
Yeah.
Ho, stop right there. Ho. I didn't realize this was you, man. I kept looking at the name. No, Ryan. No.
I knew you had to know him, bro. That's why I told you to come on. I knew you had to know him, bro.
No. Ryan. Come on, man. My apologies.
Remember when you first came on, I told you I thought I knew you, And then you threw me off by saying, "No, you don't know me. I ain't know what." I'm like, "That's like Tracy."
Hey, the second ring when y'all about the same age, and
We
then
the
y'all
exact
agreed
same
on
age. We ain't about the same age. We the exact
I
same age.
said, he ain't got it yet.
Ryan, no,
You used to come up to the Northwestern all the time.
God damn
All
it,
the
God
time.
damn it. Oh man.
All the time. But
Oh
Now,
man, I
I
can't. I'm like,
know I done got all this gray and stuff, but you
see,
know,
I'm like,
that's
that
what's up, man.
name, and I keep looking at you. I'm like, damn, I look like Ryan. Oh Lord, man, come on, man. As soon as you said,
Ryan was one of the last ones, man, that was out there playing with us, man.
Yep.
come on, man, come on.
Yep. But like I said, we charged some kids, and half of them I paid for out my own pocket.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Picked them up from their house, dropped them
Yeah.
off at the that old pal van used to be everywhere.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Man, hey, all us done paid it forward, man, because it was paid forward to us.
Exactly.
And
Correct.
that's all I try to tell these guys. I say, man, whatever I do for you, I don't care. You might not have to do it for everybody else, but just get one person, man.
This is exactly what I tell them. I say, look, you don't owe me a dime, but you need to do something for not just your kid, not just your cousin, or somebody ain't no kin to you for no reason at all. That's what you need to do. You need to pay it to them.
Yep.
Because you ain't no kin to me. You ain't no kin to me.
Correct.
And I still looked out for you. You can do the same thing.
Yep.
Correct. But you're not getting it forward like it used to be, man.
No, you're not.
You're not getting it forward like it used to be, man. It's just the era of the kids is different. The parents are different. The majority of the parents that we had to deal with was older.
Yeah.
But these parents now, man, 32, 35,
let me tell you
kids
something.
17.
I moved up to North Carolina back in 2005-ish. After being up there about a year, I can't tell you how many phone calls I got from parents. Coach Skinner, how did you deal with my son? Because now I got his son, different. And I don't know how. I'm like, it's gonna take a lot of patience. It's gonna take a lot of hard work. It ain't gonna happen overnight. Because now, it's just, I'm like, I don't know how you did this. I don't know. I said, well, you need to get him in the program. You gotta get something for him to do. Don't just let him sit around the house and play.
Right. Got to build on them social skills for him.
He'll grow to like it. He'll be
but
all right.
So you got some parents or grandparents, and I'm gonna say, at my era, I started playing sports in elementary, 4th, 5th grade, grade Y.
Yeah.
Grade Y. And I went all the way through. And I really didn't have no downtime because you're going from sport to sport to sport. But now you got these kids, they just doing specialized sports. And I've been telling kids and parents, hey, you ever thought about volleyball? Volleyball. Man, volleyball. It ain't a cool. They'll do track if they figure they got an ounce of speed. But I say, okay, you got a good vertical. You 6'3", 6'4". You can get a full ride on a volleyball just on your vertical or your height. They can teach you how to play volleyball. But you got to have some basics for them to be attracted to. Volleyball ain't a cool sport. Volleyball is not a cool sport to them. And I said, nah. When you go to these little clubs these little parties. You're not going for the music, are you? I'm going for the honeys. I said, who the hell you think at volleyball events?
Some of the baddest.
I say, if you all just sometimes use what you was born with, your common sense sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Say, fellas, you all are looking for coolness. Y'all looking to look cool in front of each other, but you're not getting paid to look cool.
Right.
I say, they would give you a full ride to a major university to play volleyball. You 6'3", 6'4". They'll teach you how to play volleyball. You 5'9", 5'10", but you got a high vertical. They can work on that to play volleyball.
Yeah.
You know, say, man, I say, you all are just stuck on stupidity, man. I say, but can nobody resonate and get this in your minds, fellas? Stop trying to look for coolness. Coolness ain't gonna get you nowhere, man.
And half of the people that you think cool now in high school, give it 2 years after you graduate and see who cool now.
Zero. Correct. You know, and then I say, fellas, you're paying too much attention to this glitter on social media. I say, you're idolizing the rappers. You're only idolizing them, I say, because of the appearance. I say, do you all know the backstory to the average entertainer or artist? I say, it'll take too much time. I say, but the average singer, rapper, they're not what you all think they are. I say, it's called glitter. It's called putting on a show because it attracts you all. They need for you all to buy the streams. Back in our days, we had to run the Circuit City and Best Buy every Tuesday and Target every Tuesday to get them CDs. Them CDs breaking on them on that Tuesday morning, you know. But we went on the very same thing they went on. But as we got older, we were starting to see it's a facade. But if we try to give them the knowledge, the wisdom, the guidance that we have experienced, they don't attain it, man. They don't even try to listen.
Oh no,
they don't even try to listen.
Old school. You old school.
Okay.
That's the old way.
But the entertainment business has been around for what? Over 100 years?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing changed. But the players, just like the pro sports, ain't nothing changed but the players. Now, the Players Association go tweak the contract, and I say, that's another thing you all don't know about. Y'all don't know about the business side of the game. The business side of the pro sports is no different than the business side of entertainment, whether you're an artist, a rapper, or actor.
Well, some of the same agents for the professional athletes are agents for the music
For
industry.
entertainment. Yes. Because they know they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. Because the average football, college sports, pro sports, into rap. They go hand in hand.
Hey, check this out.
Go ahead.
Let me shoot out a few things to the public. Like I said, we on that What's podcast. We definitely would like for people to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for the latest upcoming shows and special guests. Again, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It's free. Also, we are live on YouTube and Facebook. Check us out. Page on Instagram and Facebook. Then if you want to engage on the panel with us on the live, send me your email address at thewilson@gmail.com, and then we'll send you the link. Thank you.
Hey, you know something, man? Y'all tell me, and I'm gonna let you go on, JB. If we got some of these high school administrators on here, broaden the brand, expanding your brand. Let them break down a synopsis, or someone that's highly engaged as a booster, supporter of these high schools to come on and expound on what's going on throughout the city with these high schools, whether it's athletically or academically. Because
Right.
the
Hey,
more you good with that, JB?
yeah, actually, man, you can get out. You always stay on my head, man. So I can't tell you to get out of it. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to get with these coaches, man, and actually get with these guys that's from these high schools, the main high schools in Orlando, and get people opinions on like what need to happen with stuff like that. And
Well, see now,
and actually for the coaches, you know,
go
actually for
ahead,
the
go ahead.
coaches, it's
Yeah.
kind of hard. It's kind of hard right now because of the season and everything. That's why I was trying
No,
to
it's
get
not.
everybody
No,
in.
it's not. No, it's not.
Well,
No,
I
it's
mean, of
not.
course their
No, it's
schedules.
not.
I know how the
No, it's
game goes.
not.
I know
No,
how
it's
the game
not.
goes. But hey, I got
the
something.
and
Chris, listen, I got something for that. I got something for all that. I'm bringing it to them. So, you know, I give people the opportunity. You know, call them, hit them up, and say this is what I want to do. You know, this okay. Hey, what you trying to do? This and that, man. I said, okay, I understand all that. Okay, if we can't get together, I come to you. I ain't got no problem with that. Now, once they don't get back to me, I'm not doing no chasing now.
no.
I'm just going to the next person. I'm just going to the next situation. So, end of the day, I'm gonna tell you the hate. I ain't gonna say. I don't want to say hate, or I'll just say envy, or I'll just say, well, hey, man, I ain't really trying to help that. But it's just say if it wasn't me, then it'll be ding, 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 ding. That's how I feel
Correct.
sometimes.
Correct.
But end of the day, it's all good.
And by you saying that, if it wasn't you, if it were somebody that played in the league, whether it was any pro sport, they would be jumping. They would be lining up to get on it. Okay, what's the freaking difference? Steven Jackson and Gilbert and Matt Barnes, them doing the same shit. Excuse me, Ron. The same shit we on here doing. What's the difference? They ain't doing no different. But that is why.
They want to hear from Moses. They want to hear from Joshua.
That is why. That is why that video you showed, ain't nobody go stand up because it's not getting in their way. Put it in your way. Put it in your way.
Well,
all you doing, go ahead.
I said like this, Tracy. I read the Gerald. When was this? About what, a week ago or so?
Where?
At the school, JB?
Yeah, I was there last week. I was there last week.
About a week ago. And he told me what he was doing, and he asked me if I wanted to participate. And I said, yeah, you know, and he told me he'd get back with me and we'll get things set up. You know, I don't know why anybody would not, if they're involved in the community, would not want to participate.
But they say they are. They say they are. But they are involved in the way they want to be involved. Now, just like the saying goes, if you don't make it sound good, it don't attract them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson invited them, that sounds good. That'd be Johnny on the spot right there.
Mm-hmm. You got a point. You got a point.
You know, so this, and I've been told you're too loyal. How the hell you too loyal to people? I give a man what he gives me. If I can help a man expand his brand, I don't care who it is. I'm gonna do what I can do. I'm gonna do what I can do.
Yeah.
Well, he ain't paying you. Okay, you ain't gotta pay me. Money is money I don't need. I don't need his money. All I'm trying to do is expand his brand.
Yeah, and get a message out there.
See, and some of the things we spoke on today, a lot more parents, because coaches are parents too.
Yeah. Yeah. Believe me,
Coaches
I know.
at the beginning of the day, you're a parent before you're a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, take what someone have put on a podcast, social media, however you want to put the platform, and say, now I wouldn't have been able to speak on that video, JB, had it not ran across me. I used my resources. That's why I shared it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm hoping, and I actually put it on Facebook, because one thing I noticed that we don't do, if it's informational, if it don't look good, we ain't gonna pay attention to it.
If it don't look good, if it don't benefit,
We ain't gonna pay attention to it.
we ain't gonna pay attention to it.
And people say, "Oh, he trying to get likes." If it's something that can enlighten you, you don't have to hit like. I'm just trying to put a plate of food out there larger than normal for people to eat off of. That's called engaging in information.
You don't have to like it, but maybe you need to pass it on.
That's all. That's all, man. That's all. But if you put some foolishness on there, they go jump on that.
It'll go viral.
Yeah. They go jump on that. And you know, I don't talk. Well, I've never, and this will probably be my first time ever saying it. This crab in the bucket thing. This is my first time ever saying it. I've never put that analogy on anybody, because I'll tell you quickly, that's your choice. That's your choice if you want to help somebody. That's your choice. You don't have to. I mean, and I say that's life. Life is about choices and decisions. You got to make them, whether you want to or not. If you don't want to, that's your choice. That's your decision. But if it come at me, it's going to be obvious for me for whatever I can do. Sweetheart, whatever I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how much? It ain't going to cost me nothing. The gratification I get is being able to see someone take a step up.
Yep.
Take a step up. Take a step up. But you got a lot of cats, if they can't get something off of it, or if it don't sound good, and it's too much knowledge. It's too much knowledge, but we just don't share it like they do. Now, how many of you, well, I ain't gonna say how many of you, either one of you ever heard of a trust?
Yeah, trust. Yeah.
If you ask the average black,
you don't know what that is.
No. That's because we don't.
As opposed to a will.
But now we know about a will.
Yeah.
We know about a will. We know about a will, but we don't know
it's
the differences.
Better to have a trust than a will.
Whoa. But see, we don't know that because we don't share information. And I tell people all the time, knowledge is power. I don't care how much money you think you have. You look at these rappers, you look at these entertainers, you look at these athletes. They're surrounded by people that tell them good shit. That tell them what sounds good, not what they need to know. Now, how you gonna tell a man how to spend his money? How you gonna tell a man how to do that? Because if a man is given an opportunity to get on that level of wealth or what have you, you don't want to see him squander it or lose it. It's so easy, but you all are quick to come back, and it's normally the 20 to 35, 40-year-olds who will say that. How you gonna tell a man how to spend his money, what to do with his money? That's because I'm 20 years older than you, and I've seen people squander and lose the very same way because he's flossing now. But when he leaves this earth, he ain't gonna have that jewelry. He ain't gonna have them ragged ass cars. His family may have to do a GoFund for him.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all don't see that. All y'all looking at now is the glitter. The glitter that the record company has bought. He got to pay that back. You all don't know the business. Learn the business side instead of looking at the offensive side. Look at the business side. The offensive side, they're giving you this, but you got to pay it back. You all don't. Oh, he just got $1 million for signing this and that. Okay. Do you realize out of that $1 million, he got to pay taxes too, idiot? Out of that, he go.
His agent gonna get his cut.
See, all of that, man.
Everybody gonna get their cut before you do it. Before you get yours, you have like a tuna fish sandwich.
Everybody gonna get their cut.
Well, see, but you can't tell people that, man. And it's like you all are so quick to pull out your pistol at me instead of looking at the logic that I'm trying to get you to understand and see. The music game is not gonna change. Only the players, because the Clive Davises they're no longer running the business, but they still have influence. Okay, pro sports, the players have changed. These old owners have put their sons and daughters in place. They still got the same ideology. Ain't nothing gonna change but the players. They not finna let somebody from the mud come up and all of a sudden have a Bugatti life. Yeah, they'll give it to you because they looking at what they get 5 times off of you. That's pennies. What's $1 million? Give them $1 million. We're gonna make 20 off of it. But they don't realize this, man. And the very same thing goes to just life with the kids we talking about on our level. The parents, the kids.
Right. Hey, check this out, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
For us, what you got going on at the school, man? How long you been there, and like what's your plans for the team?
Well, actually, this is my first year there. I started back in July. I'm coaching what would be equivalent to at the school, and we actually just had. I think we're 3-1 now. We had our first loss our last game. It was heartbreaking. You know how that go.
Yeah.
But it was a good loss because you're gonna learn something.
Yeah.
Actually, this week coming up, we go out to the villages. I don't know if you guys have been out there or not, but they got a real nice school out there and facilities out there.
I heard.
I don't know how strong their team is. We'll find out on Tuesday. But it's about, especially that age group there. It's about getting them to understand that. I'll give you a perfect example. Not with this school right here, but when I first started coaching 9th grade at Evans, I was working at the center, so I wasn't working at the school. But we had the 9th grade center. They had their own outside courts, and we had like tryouts for a whole week because I didn't know hardly any of the kids except for the ones that used to come up to the center. And I wanted to give everybody a chance, not just pick Mercer Drive guys or whatever. So I remember one kid, and I'm the kind of person where I don't like just putting up a list of 12 guys that make the team, and then you got to come and look at the list, and if your name ain't up there, you cut. I'm going to talk to every last one of them and let them know this is the reason why, this is what you need to work on if you're trying to play next year or whatever. So one of the kids I was telling, what he need to work, he goes, "Coach, for real, you really cutting me?" And I'm like, yeah, you go. He go, but I'm better than every last one of these guys. There's probably about 60 or 70, players out there that tried out. And I'm like, what do you mean? I said, no, you're not better than him. And he goes, yeah, I beat every last one of them in whatever the video game is. I'm like, boy. And he was so serious.
See, man.
Yeah.
See, man. See, man.
No. I said, no, that ain't reality, man. That's not real.
See, man. See, man. See. Ron, you can't be serious.
No, I'm dead serious.
No, you cannot. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, man. No,
I knew y'all weren't gonna believe me when I told you.
No, man. Video game?
He was so serious. And for me, it's more, I'm not too much concerned about whether you are a big time scorer, now especially not in the 8th or 9th grade. I want to see if you're gonna get out there and hustle. If you can follow instructions.
Right.
If you got the right attitude.
Right.
But if those things are in place, we can teach you the rest of the stuff.
Right.
And so we had a couple of guys that I had to end up. This is, like I said, this was back in 2003 or something like that. There's a couple players, and y'all know them. I ain't gonna mention no names, but I ended up cutting off the 9th grade team because in middle school they was the joint on their middle school team, and now they coming out there. They wouldn't warm up. They wouldn't, when we were doing running drills, they wouldn't run. I mean, and I pulled everybody aside. I said, look, y'all, I understand that y'all might have some expectations that you automatically gonna make the team.
Seriously?
Dog, I don't know none of y'all. And I said, so y'all need to be trying to impress the coach.
So they standing on the side. They standing on the side while everybody else trying to warm up. Wow.
Talking to one another, walking. When everybody else, you know how before you get going, everybody doing some stretching and doing some butt kicks and karaoke.
So they just standing around socializing.
They chilling and waiting until we scrimmage.
Hey, but the disrespect be real, man. It's unreal.
I would have told them, hey guys, you guys can go ahead and take it in, man.
They got cut, right? And then I ain't gonna call no. I want to, but I ain't gonna call no names. But then one of the parents came to me, how'd you cut my son? I said, look,
there we go.
I said, look, I said, if your son won your son and you was out there when I was out there, you'd have cut him too.
Yeah.
I said, it's not fair. It's not fair to the other kids that come out there and want to hustle and want to compete. And your son just walk out there and think that he's just gonna make a team all for the fact that maybe in middle school he was one of the better players in middle school. Every time you go to the next level, you got to prove yourself.
Yep.
Can't tell her that. And what was her response when you told her that?
No. So you wrong. It was a him. It was a dad.
Oh, okay.
It was a dad.
Ain't no different. Ain't no different. What was his response?
Man.
But unfortunately, the dad had never played organized sports before in his life either. So he thinking that, but I just told him, I said, it is what it is. He went to the head coach at the time and stuff like that and complained. And I told the head coach, I said, you brought me here to get this program going. So either I'm going to run it or you can run it. One of the two.
Yeah, exactly. But they be quick to go and jump over your head, man. They come straight to you when they want something, but then when they get to that point, they want to jump over your head. You got to talk to the man that's dealing with that child every day.
So and then the head coach told him, look, that's his team. You can't run his team. I can't run his team. I got my hands full with the varsity program. So, you know, and then the next year he tried out for JV, and a whole different attitude.
Yeah.
Whole different
Really?
attitude.
See?
Yeah.
I mean,
See?
some of them kids, they get it.
Oh, yeah. No,
And-
and see, the thing about it, he could hustle. He was a good athlete, but he just thought that he was just gonna make the team just on being there.
You only get away with what's allowed. You only get away with something once it's allowed.
Correct.
Exactly.
And he almost ran out. And
Yep.
what I would have done when I saw him, I would have pulled him aside and said, nah, had you done this, what you're doing now, last year when you was with me, you probably would have made the team, son. But the opposite of what you did now to make the JV team, that's why you got cut, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he knew.
What you showing right? Okay. See,
I talked to him,
see,
and I told him, I said, man, I said, you talk when you tried out for JV, totally different player than you was when you tried out for the 9th grade team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't get cut 2 times. You should have got cut 1 time.
See, and you know something like that. I would have told him, hey, tell your dad to come up here, man. We'll have a conversation, because something like this need to go further than just the kid. Because your dad came at me when you went home and told him something else other than the actuality of why you got cut. But now that you made JV,
let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
I'm from Carver Shores. His dad people, and his dad grew up in Carver Shores. I know his dad. Before
Ho.
I ain't gonna tell you who it is.
No.
Anyway, you keep thinking. I just told him that came out there. You know me, you know my people. I said, yeah. I said, but guess what? I'm not giving nobody nothing that they can actually earn on their own. And he didn't earn a position on this team. These other kids came out here and they hustled, they played hard, they did the suicides, they did the drills, they did everything. I'm not just going to overlook one of them because I know you and I know your kid. No.
See?
Yeah.
Oh, them folks with that last name that start with an H. I hope I'm wrong.
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you know who I'm talking about. Start with an H.
I know you talking
about. When you said Carver Shores, well, that's all back there. All the way from Tildenville, Winter Garden, Oakland, you know.
Yeah. But to this day, right now, that was what, 2003, 2002. So that's been over 20 years ago. Even now, some of these same circumstances and situations, you as a coach, you're dealing with it. And most of the issue is not the kids. Most of the issues is the parents.
The parent, yeah, it's parents.
You know, and because I'm like, I have to tell the parents, look, you need to help me.
Help him.
Help
her.
You. Help me help you and your family.
Yeah.
Me and you supposed to be on the same team.
They pretty much know their child, man.
Exactly.
They pretty much know that they not and the thing is, now you want sympathy after you let him run amok in the streets. But now he don't ran out of concrete, he don't ran out of asphalt. Now his ass in a balance, hanging on a balance. Now you want somebody to give you some support. I don't have no nothing for you or your child.
You don't even want support. You want a straight up favor.
But see, you wasn't looking for none of this shit when he first got started. Mm-hmm. So somebody can cut him off at the Achilles. Cut him off at the Achilles, he won't even make it up to the knees.
Yeah.
Get some help. Don't wait till it get up to his chest. And now he 17, finna get charged as an adult.
Yeah.
You should have been doing this 5, 6, 7 years ago when you first saw this.
Let me give y'all another little quick story. Like I said, I moved up to North Carolina and I was running a community center up there. I was at a retreat or a conference or something that was on the other side of town from the community center that I was running, and I got a phone call in the middle of this some kind of meeting or whatever, and one of the kids that I had to suspend like maybe a day or two before, his dad had just got out of prison, and he came up to the center. I guess he came to the center to get me. So
the dad.
So one of the other people told me that the guy was there looking for me, and one of the other black guys that I was with was like telling me, "Ooh, you want me to go with you?" I said, "No, I'm all right." So I went back to the center, and the dad, he looked like he just got out of prison, and I'm like, I said, "I don't know you. I mean, and you don't know me, and that's okay." I said, "But I'm trying to help your son. I've been working with your son for the last 2 years. And you can ask him and ask any other kids up here. I don't mistreat kids or whatever. I hold them accountable." I said, but right now, you need to be out here trying to help me help your son. Because you don't want him to be in the same spot that you just got out of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said, no, for real. I'm being serious. Do you want your son to be in the same predicament that you just been in for the last 5 years? Well, no. I said, so the last thing you need to be doing is coming up here trying to cause some kind of scene behind somebody that's trying to help him avoid that situation. If anything, me and you need to be working together.
Well, see, he didn't try to find out what the problem is. He took one side and took off running.
Why can't my son come up here? I said, well,
did you ask your son? Start with your son first.
He tell you why he was suspended.
Hey, boy, parent turned into a gorilla, boy.
I mean, but if your son gave you a valid reason, come up here and speak with me, man.
My son did.
Don't take what your son said and
he 13 or 14 years old. Done cussed out the janitor and the maintenance man.
Come on,
cussed
man.
him up one side and down the other.
That's your job. Yeah.
And I'm like, he can't do that. There's got to be some consequences for his action. Otherwise, he gonna think that's cool, and next thing you know, he gonna be out here cussing and trying to fight the police. Now what?
But the thing is, he gonna be in the same predicament his dad in.
Exactly.
Because man, come on, man. And he's 13. The kid,
I thought talked to the dad a little
excuses
bit.
Be immaculate, man.
After I talked to the dad a little bit, and and I have these other parents that oh, my child don't do that. My child don't lie. I don't. I'm like, okay, ma'am. Look, listen now. Listen. Did your parents know everything you did when you weren't at home? Well, no. I said, so what makes you think that you're gonna know everything that your child do when you're not around? Oh, well, yeah. I said, so don't say what.
No, don't stutter. Don't stutter. And I'll tell him quickly. No, don't stutter. Don't stutter now. I just asked you a valid reason, and I'm asking for you to give me a logical response.
All I can say, man, is that the entitlement is legendary, man.
It is. And the thing about it is, this is our community. This is our community. We got to help one another. And the first thing we want to do is throw up some hands because, and and 9 times out of 10, you know your kid. You know your kid
right.
Because you out probably.
Everybody want to turn into a gorilla, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Right.
Just go ahead and deep down, you need to do better by your son or your daughter.
Right.
And then you got somebody that's getting paid to do that, and then you want to talk noise when you feel like they ain't did their job. It's like, now I do understand that there's people that's in the into the school system that's basically taking checks. You know what I'm saying? They just there to get checked. You know what I mean? So that does happen. But it makes a bad reflection on the people that's actually making things happen for your kid.
Correct. Correct.
That's true.
Correct.
That is correct.
Especially if you got a good relation, you're supposed to have a good relationship with them. And then next thing you know, because something don't go right that you feel should, because I know you, because like what's name said, well, I'm supposed to deal with you because you know my last name.
Right.
I supposed to do that because you know my last name.
Right.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually probably was the one to help you get in a situation because of my last name.
Yeah.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I'm the one you should be given the benefit of the doubt in the first place.
Exactly.
You
and
know,
then be the first one that turn on you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In a heartbeat. You know, so like I said, I always say this, and I don't work with, and you got both you guys know, I don't work with so many kids over the years I couldn't even count. But I'm gonna tell you this, it is a rare circumstance that I actually find a bad kid. You show me a bad kid, and I can show you a bad parent.
Yeah, they're twins.
It don't start with the kid.
One and the same.
Hold on. And so you saying as the apple goes, as the saying goes, the apple don't fall from the tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Apple don't even leave the leaves.
Man,
it don't even fall off the tree. It's still hanging on the tree.
I'm telling you, the worst ones to deal with is when the mama comes to you and say, I need you to help my son. I need you to train my son. Or can you get my son to school? Or can you get my son in college or whatever, right? And they got all the nice things to say. I done heard a lot about you. You know, you done so much for the community. And you done so much for some of the kids that I know, some of my friends. And then soon as, I mean, this just happened maybe a year ago when I was working at, well, I ain't gonna say I was working at, I was over at Saints Academy, right? And that's already a cluster of already, you know. And I don't want to sit there and put no shade on nobody program, but hopefully, you know, the lady got that situation where she got some better people around her, because the principal there, she's a good lady. Her heart is in the right place, but
it's her Indian.
Get people around.
It's her Indians. I have a saying: a chief is only as good as his Indian.
Yeah.
If a chief got good Indians, that chief don't have to do much.
Don't have to do much.
That chief looks good. But if that chief don't have any good Indians, ooh, they go always be at
Indians. And then at the same time, just to piggyback off that, them Indians can't want the same thing you want.
Correct.
If you know, ain't nothing wrong with having drive and passion and want to do, but I'd rather you come and tell me like what I do, right? Say like with this stuff right here with podcasting, anybody can do this. So I don't have the podcasting game on lock. I don't have say like with basketball training, I don't have that on lock.
Right.
But one thing I do have when it comes to what I know when I'm doing this food stuff, right? And somebody come to me and say, hey man, you know, hey, I like what you got going on. I'm like, yeah, okay. Hey man, maybe we can get together and make some money. I'm taking that as face value.
Right.
But the more they talk, sometimes people don't think you're paying attention to what's going on. They want to be where you at.
Yeah. They reveal their motives.
See, they reveal their motive. So then I say, once they reveal it, right, I'll be like, okay. I say, well, hey man, you know, instead of me saying, you know, well, it seems like that's what you want to do. Then once that happens, then now the whole conversation turns now. No, I'm just saying, man, I know you good at what you do, man. I just want to make some money. I said, okay, well, if you want to make some money, man, I think you know, they get to talking about recipes and how they cooking and all this and this and that. Everything started coming out. So I'm like, I don't think this is gonna be a good situation for both of us, because we want to do the same thing. So if we're gonna do the same thing, then we one and the other got to be two. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, 1 and 2 could be interchangeable if we're doing it together. But number one, the way it's going to go is you coming in as 2 and I'm 1. You want to be 1. Okay, fine. If I'm not around, then you 1. But when I'm around, I'm 1, because I got the plan. Right?
Right.
I got the plan. So then I say, well, hey man, you know, instead of me saying, you know, well, it seems like that's what you want to do. Then once that happens, then now the whole conversation turns now. No, I'm just saying, man, I know you good at what you do, man. I just want to make some money. I said, okay, well, if you want to make some money, man, I think you know, All you doing is just bringing stuff to the plan to make it bigger.
Right.
Okay, fine. We can say 51-49 or whatever the percentage can be. But if you're trying to be me, you need to go be you.
Yeah.
Because us like in that situation, it's gonna be a two magnets that's not gonna
it's gonna be a conflict.
It's gonna be a conflict.
It's gonna be a conflict. It's gonna be a conflict.
Yeah. So when you break it down like that, they be like, oh man, I was just saying, man. I say, look, it would have been best for you to say, hey man, you know, how you do this and how you do that, because this is what I'm trying to do. And then it's better than once we do that, then it's better for us to come together, because now you got yours, I got mine, and then we can cross-pollinate.
You're sharing idea. You're sharing knowledge. Exactly. And I don't think a man or a woman will have a problem with that when you put it on the table and say, hey, I need some guidance. I need some guidance, man. Help. Is it possible we can holler, man, and you give me some guidance on this and some ideas on that. Yeah. No problem. Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, y'all 45 minutes to an hour in, you know, and y'all done went from A to Z.
Yeah.
You know, because it might be some things that they can give to you.
Exactly.
Damn, bro. I ain't never thought of that. Damn, okay. See, but if you show the cards in your hand, yeah, I see what you're playing with in your deck.
I didn't laid it out. I say, listen, man, like what I do, I can guarantee you can't do it like me.
10 times out of 10, a person, you can't follow up on another person's footsteps. Hey, you can go down that path, but you ain't gonna be able to get that yellowish sauce down. You ain't gonna be able to get that yellowish or that orangish sauce down. You ain't gonna be able to. That's just how that person was able to create and master that. But you might be able to put it on another synopsis.
Yeah.
But like you say, you can be your head, I be my head. But we can share ideas, man.
Share ideas all day. You do you, I'm doing me. We can coexist. I don't have no problem with that. But if we have an idea and say even if we come up with the idea together, you got some people that say, well, hey man, I think it'd be better for you to lead the situation because I know my position. See, two leaders can be together, right? But you still got to be in a position where you know what I'm saying? So it's just some people just feel like they got to be number one in everything, which in your mind you can be. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's your confidence. But
a lot of people don't know how to make that adjustment, man. A lot of people don't know how to make that adjustment.
You got to give way to something, bro. You got to give way a little
bit. No. A lot of people ain't gonna be able to make that adjustment. No. I know what you're talking about, but a lot of people ain't gonna be able to make that adjustment, man.
Yeah.
Well, they ain't gonna be, man. They're not gonna be willing to make that adjustment because they'll never had to make adjustment.
Yeah. Well,
you know, they've never had to make none.
I gotta run, but I want to tell y'all one thing, and JB, you know I told you this earlier. When he first told me about doing this podcast and stuff, and I'm like, well, and he said something about we're gonna be on about an hour. And I'm like, man, you better write some stuff down because I ain't gonna have nothing to say.
I don't have nothing written down, man. I just go on. I go on what I see what's happening in real time. And I just flow with it, man.
He told me it's gonna flow. It's gonna flow. Don't worry about it, man. It's almost 3 hours later.
Hey man, hey, free will. You guys say, man, hey, you enjoying it so much. I know you got in your head like, man, I gotta get up out of here. But
about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, though, I really enjoy
it kind of. I don't have too many shows that it goes on like this, but at the same time, I mean, I usually be at least an hour and a half, maybe
it's
2.
The content, man. It's the content. It's the content. It's the content of what people are talking about. Yeah. It's the content of what people talking about, man, that resonates, man. Yeah. Ryan, my bad, man.
No, it's
My
all
bad, man. Shit, man.
you
Hey,
off
man, you
now.
know
I
Trent
told
get
you, I
started now. You know Trent get started, man. That's why I got him on him, man, because
My
you know, what I'm saying, he get started, but
man.
it's what it is. You know what I mean?
know,
As soon as you
But
said
I like
fire,
listening.
I'm like,
I like listening to people that can talk, obviously, right? But then they got a whole lot to say, and
yep,
it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
It ain't too much that I disagree with
good,
him on. You know, and
yep,
if I do disagree, I ain't gonna say disagree. If I have another thought process about it, it's still gonna end up at the same road at
yep,
the end. You
right,
know what I mean?
yep.
So that's why I was like, I can sit here and listen to it. I can sit here and listen to you too. I can listen to a lot of people, man. I try not to be. We all opinionated, but I like to have
right,
an educated opinion.
right,
Yep,
right,
yep.
right, right.
I
You know,
agree. All right, but
Fellas,
anytime you want me to come back, just let me know and let Tracy know so that we all can roll together.
yeah, y'all. Hey, man, anytime you see me on, man, you welcome to come on, bro.
All
got
right.
him subscribed.
Welcome to
I
come
got him
on. Hey, we got
subscribed,
people
man.
popping in.
So
They'll pop in, man. Because right now, all you got to do is just see the link. I had a link inside the thing,
I
Okay.
got
inside
it
the
subscribed,
comment,
and it pop up. It pop
and then
up
you just pop
automatically
on
on
in,
me.
bro. You ain't got to do nothing else now.
All right.
You in the house now.
All right. All
Gentlemen,
right. All right. Yeah, and y'all be easy now.
Yeah,
all
you
right,
too, man.
All right.
JB, I get at you, baby.
All right, brother.
All right.
Yeah, we have not. Hey, like I say, man, when we get on here, man, we're gonna roll, we're gonna talk, we're gonna flow. I want to put some other people's I went on Facebook and I said that I'm gonna use 10 business owners. I need 10 business owners, black business owners, to give me their information, flyers, infomercial, make a little quick infomercial of what you got going on, and I'll post it on the podcast. You know, end of the day, it's best to go ahead and do it now before it's free. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I do all I can to try to pay it forward, do my part. Sometimes it might not come back my way, but end of the day, I get blessed in other ways. So I'll say to y'all, to everybody, I appreciate y'all coming on and listening to an old man talk. A few old men talk. You know, we got them grays in our head right now, man. We gotta get this message out to these kids, to these parents, and people who are willing to listen and willing to understand that, you know, it comes down to one person in the day, and that's yourself, the person that you look in the mirror every day. That's the one that can change. And when other people see the change in you, then they'll change as well. It's all about a decision that you got to make. But at the end of the day, appreciate y'all. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Listen, man, it's free, man. Right now, y'all can go ahead on and subscribe and hit that like button, man. You know, so we can keep this thing rolling, man. I'll say good day, good evening, good night. Peace.